Hi, and welcome to T.E.A. Tarot. This is for the new moon phase. I've actually had my tea. I've made myself some herbal tea, which was really nice. Yeah, I'm ready to go for you for some tarot. What I've got here, though, to begin with, are 3 cards. You can choose 1, 2, or 3. And that's just going to be an additional message at the end. So I'll show you those at the end. If you want to get tea, go and get your tea. But hold on for 1 minute and I'm going to be laying the cards out for you. So I'll see you shortly. Right, so we're back. Hope you've got your tea or whatever you need. I've got to apologise for my nails because I did a bit of gardening, so I couldn't get them quite clean. But anyhow, just thought I'd mention that. So I've laid some cards out for you. Might add some more. We just see how we go. Yeah. So there's been a past decision you've had to make. You've probably felt a bit tied up with this decision, but it was a good decision and it's brought a lot of healing. Yeah, it's bringing in it's kind of allowing you to follow your star. I mean, I've got the star and that's, a card of healing, but it's really allowing you to see a brighter future, whatever that decision was that you made. It was a good one, however difficult it was to make. It was a really good one. Yeah, it's a very hopeful card, the star. It's almost as if that is, whatever the situation you were in, it was kind of dimming your light. It was dimming you. It maybe could have been draining you, and you needed to make that inner choice, really. Yeah. Let's see if I can get another one out of Hermits at the bottom. So you're coming out of, it was reversed, you're coming out of maybe a bit more of a quiet, introverted or slow time. Maybe you've taken a bit of time out just to think about things, but you're kind of, this decision is now going to bring a lot more life to you. I just feel it's going to bring a lot more life and clarity, really. Yeah, the sun's going to be coming out again. It's been dulled. So also looking at this star card, I feel a lot with the Two of Swords, where there's a decision, it could be to do with cutting ties. You may have needed to cut some ties there. Or even just, it's not necessarily to people, it could be cutting energetic cord to maybe some really unhelpful thoughts or beliefs that you've been having, and that's clearing things for you. Let's say more. Let's see what the cords were then. Maybe we can find out more about what you were called into that was not helping. Wands. Almost like you were stuck in some sort of a prison or something, like maybe a prison of the mind. Could have been a prison of the mind. Let's hope now. Let's hope now that was a really good decision, whatever you've been doing. Like you've really had to break out of somewhere. Find your own emotional clarity is what I'm going to say. Yeah. It's making sure your cup is filled now. Making sure your cup is filled if it's been drained by anything or anyone. It's keeping that cup for yourself. It may have been a difficult thing. There could have been another person involved, and it could have been a split there, something along those lines. But you're coming into your own now through this decision and through this going forward and nurturing your own, making sure your own cup is full emotionally. Right, let's go on to the next. As I was pulling cards, there was more than one coming out, so just going with it. Yeah, these are all cups, you see. Yeah, you're very emotional, heart-led person, I'm guessing. And yeah, you've been through the ringer a bit. Yeah, but now you're focusing more on, you're letting those cups that spilt, you're letting them go. They're going down the plug hole kind of thing, and you're keeping the cup that you've got, which is your cup here. That's your cup there. You're keeping that one for yourself. Yeah, just tip out all that other, almost like that. There's been some toxicity there, but you're clearing all that out, and you've got a lovely cleansed cup that this is what it looks like now. Yeah, and you can start afresh now with the cup that you had. You've been doing lots of healing in that hermit stage that we kind of touched on, that there may have been something like that. Not necessarily, but we just had that as an underlying thing. Yeah, there was a bit of the decision was difficult in it, and you found it hard to decide what way to go, but it looks like you're getting there. You're certainly getting there. This is definitely this is an ongoing thing. I mean, healing doesn't ever happen overnight. It's always a process, and it's trusting that process. Let's get another one for. You've really benefited from this time that you've spent. It's given you strength. Yeah. This is your strength. And a lot of it, let's say, is to do with breaking away from what's expected, I guess, and just doing what's right for you. not following a well-trodden path, really. That's what, yeah, being brave enough to do what you feel's right for you. Sticking to that. This is what this channel's all about, you know, helping you find what's right for you, you know, being able to listen to yourself and getting rid of the noise around you. If you're empathic, it's important to cleanse yourself, as you know, probably. Cleansing your energy is so important. Otherwise, you get these kind of messy cups, you know. And we want to keep our cup clean and bright, our emotions clear. So it looks like you, following this, you're going to be spending a bit of time mulling over. You need to give some thought on what's actually going to give you satisfaction. What it is that you want to, where you want to pour your love and your care and attention, you know, focusing. This is the T, time, energy, attention. What's going to give you that emotional, like I said, satisfaction, you know, what's really going to fulfill you. There may be lots of cups you could fill, but this is what you've got to really think about now. That seems to be what's going to be coming up. Deciding what it is that really fulfills you. Yeah, you still might feel a little bit stuck. I get the feeling you might still, you know, but you need to take that time. I'll just get a bit more. Another card for maybe what this, where your energy could go. So, you know, you might be feeling a bit nostalgic about the past and what has satisfied you in the past. You know, what you've found. You know, you can draw. It's not good to dwell in the past, but it's good to, you know, maybe review and reflect what has gone on in the past, and yeah, and think about what the next step is. Yeah, it's almost like the world's your oyster now. You know, you've kind of learnt those lessons of the past, I think, but it's always good to review, as I say, that, you know, what's happened, reflect, you know, learn the lessons that you need to learn. You know, you've been through some things that have really needed processing. You know, some things take longer to process than others, you know. But the world is your oyster now with the Empress. I hope you can see that. You've got the Empress here. Yeah. So that's the path for you going forward. I mean, there could be some travel in there for you. This could be what you're thinking about. But you're definitely now thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go now? Where do I pour my energy? Reflecting back on that past and taking all the juicy stuff out, you know, keeping the cup full and bright, which is what we want. Right, I think I kind of got enough out of cards here, I think, for now. So I'm just going to pause the video and think about the card that you want out of the three. It's either 1, 2 or 3 for your final message, and I'll come back in 2 shakes. So now we're going to go on to the 3 cards. You can either pick this one, number 1, this number 2, or this number 3, and have a think. Go to the first one you're drawn to, although it may be more than one. So card number 1 is appreciate. Praise generates praise. Yeah. And appreciating things is about building things. This new moon is very much about that, actually. Whatever time you're watching this, it's still valid. But appreciating people and things, and giving credit where credit's due. It gives, it's a building energy, isn't it? And appreciate. It creates more of what you want. So let's go on to card number 2, if you pick that one. And if you can see that, remedy, you have the power to be happy, and that's very relevant to the cards that we were just looking at. The emotional happiness. You can decide to be happy. Happiness is a decision, and it's to do with the habits that you have, the little habits, and also, as you have done, cutting those cords to possibly some unhelpful thought forms and beliefs, and picking out the positive in every little situation in life. Yeah, and this all builds to a happier you. So number 3, let's go for that one. Let's see what that one is. Ooh, okay. So number 3, stormy. So there might still be some stormy waters, some, emotional difficulties, but this is saying, keep your course, You've obviously spent a lot of time thinking about what's good, and where you feel you need to go, and how you're going to do that, and who you want to do that with. Who do you want on that boat of yours? Or do you want to stay on it on your own? It's kind of that kind of thought, but keep going forward. This might be during your time on your own. It could be maybe looking at the past as what we had in the last few cards of the reading. You may find your difficult emotions do come up, as you're still sorting through, still going through that process. So keep going forward is the message. And that's the final card. So thanks for spending this time with me, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.